Hi there, today I'm going to draw how to draw a zombie hand coming from out of the ground. Now you can draw this in many different ways. We're going to start by doing one way. I'm going to just do like little sketches for now, and then we'll work up to a bigger sketch on the other side of this scrap of paper. But this one where the arm represented by this line, little stick line, and then the hand on the top, and then the thumb there. We could draw it that way, which is okay, or we could draw it this way, which is coming just straight out of the ground, and then we've got the thumb and fingers like that. I quite like this one, very simple. We could draw maybe the same way, like straight up, but maybe the hand downwards like that, and then have the thumb on that side or something like that. But I do like that one, that's more like it's just bursting out of the ground. Just imagine like the rubble of the ground and things like that. So that's the one I'm going to go with. A couple of ways. Best way is that one because it reminds me of like the Evil Dead hand coming out of the ground sort of thing. So I'm just going to turn over the page. Right, so what we want to do, as I selected that other image, is draw like a middle sort of stick line, and then draw our shape around it of the arm. Sort of like looks like a vase shape at the moment, as you can tell. But what I need to do is mark out the fingers. I always draw the thumb first because the thumb is always the finger that I always sort of misjudge, and you're gonna have to like shrink it or shrink some of the other fingers against that other finger, because it's like, it is a finger but it's a thumb, and it's always quite challenging to get it, you know, the fingers exactly right. And then you'll see in a minute. So as you can see, that hand doesn't look right, so that's why I can adjust this thumb, erase it, and then I can adjust the fingers that I've sketched out as well. And when I do this, I can create a bit of the bone structure, make the fingers a bit more bony looking. So you can see that hand there, and then maybe draw like fleshy looking details, all the flesh, maybe skin and stuff coming off the hand, maybe a bit of a bone there, and I'll shrink that thumb slightly a bit more just to make it a bit more bony looking, if you know what I mean. So this is one possible way to draw a zombie hand coming out of the ground. Obviously you've got the ground there, and then, you know, it just looks like rubble or mud, stuff like that, and you can draw bits of just rubble and maybe other stuff like dust coming off the hand. proper zombie hand coming out of the ground. You can add other details such as like the creases in the fingers, but I mentioned this is more like of a bony, thin zombie hand. And with my sketchy style, I sort of draw this way anyway, you know, real sketchy anyway. You might just take your time, I don't know, it's entirely up to you. Always remember that that middle finger is the longest finger, always. You know, if you look at your own hand, that is the longest finger often. And you got and if you look at the, you know, the hand itself, you've got like a curve. So maybe, you know, when you start to draw the fingers, if you put a curve at the base of the fingers there, then you can sort of like draw the fingers along that line, and maybe a little curved line at the top as well, because, you know, that always marks out where the, you know, the fingers are going to go, because they're not always like in a straight line sort of thing. So yeah, then when you've sketched enough of the sort of like pencil details what you want, you can maybe ink it. I like to do maybe some like thicker ink pens just around the outside, and particularly if it's a zombie arm, then I don't really do the lines straight. I make them even more sketchy, and there'll be more of a shadowed area right at the base of it, and just through the type of design as well. So yeah, you've got the shape right and everything. Maybe some of the thick lines there, and then I'll switch to a thinner ink pen, as I always do. Zoom in slightly. And then just keep up with my sketchy sort of inking style. And just try and draw lots of details. Maybe add in like bits of fingernails, well, wherever you can, or you can draw them on the ends there, because you'll see them on the ends of the fingers. There was a time that I used to struggle at drawing hands like this, but I think you just got to look at your own hand and try and draw what you see, and just keep practicing. I think, you know, there's different ways to draw certain things, and I think you just got to find what works best for you. I mean, out of them 3 quick examples I did at the start of this video, you can choose any 3 or just make up your own. It's there's no right or wrong way to draw something. This is the way I draw it, but I could have chose one of them other sort of positions of the hand. So more details there. So yeah, a lot of these details just fill in. I like to do some cross hatching, or just basic hatching, because it is a really rotten hand, and drawing the details like that, it's just something cool. Draw some of this dust, whatever you can call it. Try and work it out. The bits of mud and other stuff. So that's one way I would try and sketch like a zombie hand coming out of the ground. There's other ways, and if you want me to draw some other ways, then please put in the comments and I'll work on a few other ways that can draw hands, zombie hands coming out of the ground. I'm sure there'll be more like dynamic ways of drawing hands of zombies coming out of the ground, but for now that's workable and something basic. So let me know if you want to see an advanced video on this, where I just go in depth on it and just try and show you different ways, more dynamic ways, I suppose. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers now!